Hello, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Inside the Nest. I'm Jack Bartek. He's Kyle Forsini, and he is making his Inside the Nest debut. Kyle?
That's right, Jack. My first ever Inside the Nest. I'm really appreciative of you guys for giving me this opportunity, so let's do this thing.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, and you couldn't have chosen a better time to join us. Obviously, at the Division I level, March Madness is in full swing, but here at D3, it's Montclair Madness as our spring sports teams return to play.
That's right. No matter where you guys look on campus, you can see our sports teams playing, and we're going to start with baseball, where over the weekend there were some record book performances.
Kicking it off in Game 1, Joe Norton, the sixth-year senior, raced his way into Red Hawk history, stealing career bases 68, 69, and 70. The 3 stolen bags made him the all-time stolen base king at Montclair State, passing Dave Worth's previous record of 68. Just a week after picking up his 200th career hit, Norton continues to stack up the milestones.
Speaking of hits, Jordan Yurkevich had a ton of them this weekend. In the 2-game series against Manhattanville on Sunday, Yurkevich went 8 for 10 overall, including one of the rarest feats in a baseball game in Game 2, the cycle. A triple in the first inning, a single in the third, a home run to lead off the 7th, and a double in the 8th added up to complete the first recorded cycle in Montclair State baseball history. The 2 big performances played a huge part in the Red Hawks sweep, including a thrilling comeback in Game 2.
I was seeing the ball really well. I just stayed with my approach that I've had the whole year, just go up there, get my swing off, and have some fun.
Obviously, it's something that I'm very proud of, something I've been working hard at for a long time, and it's nice to say that I'm the all-time steals record. Just something that I've been chipping away at for a while, and it's nice to say I got there.
All we needed was some energy. They started taking the energy in the middle of that game. We had a talk around the 6th inning about getting some momentum, getting the energy back in the game, and we just really focused on having some fun as a team and playing with some energy and working hard, and that's what got us to win there.
Very confident. We have confidence in ourselves. Whenever we go into a game, we expect to win. So just day by day, win the game, and hopefully we'll end up where we want to be in the end.
Montclair State baseball has been on fire as of late, opening the season with a 13-5 record, putting them in 3rd place in the NJAC. Let's take a deeper dive into it. After a delay, the Red Hawks have finally been able to come back to Yogi Berra Stadium, where they have started off 3-0 at home. Their hitting has been a key reason to their early success, with over 3 players on the team with a batting average over 400. Those players are Jordan Yurkevich, Peter Cosentino, and Sam Angelo. On top of that, Yurkevich and Cosentino both have over a 1,400 on-base plus slugging percentage. Joe Norton also broke the Montclair State record for most career steals when he got steal number 69 against Manhattanville College. He also joined the 200-hit club earlier in the week. Speaking of Peter Cosentino, he picked up right where he left off in the 2021 season. He is currently leading the team and the NJAC conference in home runs, RBIs, and runs scored. He is also second in the conference in hits with 32, 2 hits behind his fellow teammate Jordan Yurkevich for most hits in the NJAC. He also has been playing first baseman for the team this season after primarily being in the outfield in 2021. He currently has 1 error in the field with 113 putouts and 6 assists with a fielding percentage of .992. Montclair State has had no issues getting their at-bats in this season, with wins over Stevens, Bridgewater State, and Catholic University twice, where they had over 40 at-bats in each game. In losses, they get 32.6 at-bats, and in wins, they get 36.2 at-bats. They also set a record against Bridgewater State for most doubles in a game in school history with 11, and was 1 double away from the D3 record. As we turn to April, there will be some key NJAC matchups for the Red Hawks. On April 2nd, they will hit the road for a doubleheader against Rutgers North. Their first home NJAC game is against Ramapo April 8th. Then they will host Kane University on April 28th for a rematch from last year's NJAC playoffs.
Coach Lorber really has his guys locked in to start the year. They're averaging just over 9 runs per game. And coming into this past weekend, they were 16th in the nation in runs scored.
And the numbers are super impressive, Kyle, but it's nothing new, right? If we've learned anything about Coach Lorber in his time here, he loves to have a potent offense, and this one might be his best yet.
Exactly. Going out and getting kids to transfer to come here, also just getting new recruits in general. This offense under Coach Lorber, like you said, has always been so good, and hopefully they can continue that for the rest of the season.
He's done such a terrific job, and he's done it at the perfect time, too. You look around the conference this year, you have a Kane team that knocked you out of the playoffs last year. You have a William Patterson team that was neck and neck with Rowan looking for the conference crown. And of course, those Profs, they went all the way to the College World Series last year, and they bring back pretty much that whole roster. So the Redhawks are going to need as much firepower as they can possibly create to try and win that arms race in the NJAC. Looking to exact some revenge from last season's playoffs and hopefully a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys on this Montclair baseball team who are out there looking to try and make this one of the best years that they've had. And for one Red Hawk, this year is even more valuable. Fifth-year senior Andrew Allworther has been the pulse for the Montclair State baseball team the past few years, and his attitude off the field has been just as noteworthy as his play on it.
Legacy. It's what separates a good player from a great player. And that's exactly what Andrew Allworther is building at Montclair State. The 6'2" outfielder carried a .325 batting average through his first 4 seasons. Now, in his 5th and final year, Allworther took time to reflect on what MSU has meant to him.
It's meant everything to me. The relationships I've been able to build, teammates, coaches, trainers, Montclair State will forever have a place in my life.
His first season definitely grabbed the attention of the coaching staff. In 36 games, he finished with a .248 batting average with 2 home runs and 21 RBIs, earning honorable mention in the NJAC.
It definitely gave me the confidence I needed to continue to grow, and it gave me kind of like a mantra, a swagger, whatever you want to call it, just to keep getting better. And obviously through the past 5 years, I've continuously gotten improved, and because every day you have to improve or else someone is going to jump you.
In 2020, the Redhawks, like the rest of the world, faced a new challenge, a pandemic, and the uncertainty of when baseball would resume. He was batting .422 through 12 games when the season hit pause.
Once we got back from our spring break trip that year, we all brought it up in the locker room here, and our coach basically said, we're not sure what's going to happen. Just go home for a couple of days, see your family. Health and wellness is obviously #1 priority during this time. And then slowly the dominoes began to fall, games canceled, spring break extended, and to eventually the whole season getting canceled. And we weren't sure, it was only going to be 2 weeks, and now we're still in it.
After all that hard work and preparation, the season was lost. Without baseball, and with so much free time, Allworther had to find a way to keep himself occupied and stay in shape.
Physically, it made me work harder. I worked outside to make some money during the off season, trying to stay in baseball shape as much as possible. And then mentally, just, trying to get through it day by day, being around the people you love definitely helped.
The team wanted to have a summer season, but it was unfortunately stopped due to rising COVID concerns and positive tests. Allworther had to find ways to stay in baseball shape.
It was really stagnant at times, so really just trying to get some work in sometimes. And it became difficult, but being able to hit and throw, and it always helped being able to just go out there and escape and take some swings and do whatever else. So
this season, the Redhawks are having an impressive start. After dominating at the Ripken Experience, going 5-1, the team hopes to build upon that success. And as Allworther closes the door on an outstanding career at Montclair State, the future of this business administration major is beyond bright.
Baseball will always have a place in my heart forever. It's taught me so much. Like I said, I've built so many relationships, and if the opportunity does present itself, I'd love to coach and give back to the younger kids coming up, high school, college, wherever it may be.
His leadership has laid a foundation for the next generation of Redhawks. Legacy. It's what separates good players from leaders, and it's what Allworther plans to leave behind.
Just like the baseball team, the softball team boasts a strong history with the school's all-time winningest head coach in any sport, Anita Kubica, at the helm.
It's been a few years since Montclair State was able to raise the NJAC trophy at the end of the year, but after falling short in the conference playoffs last season, the Redhawks return a very talented group led by Alexis Law.
Alexis Law is a senior standout, dominating in both the infield and outfield for the Redhawks. She's no secret weapon of the softball team. She put up good numbers last season, starting in all 22 games. She had 12 hits, 7 RBI, and went 2 for 3 with an RBI against Keene. Can Law and her team find more success this season?
Yes, I do, and I hope we can go further and win that NJAC title.
So far in 13 games this season, she's had 14 hits, 3 doubles, and 1 triple. She's also scored 13 runs, with 9 runs batted in. And it's not just her numbers she's padding. She has 22 assists and 15 putouts. Law has shown on and off the field that she's a team player, as reflected in taking ASL, or American Sign Language, as her minor.
I have a deaf aunt, and it inspired me to start learning, and I took 3 years in high school, and then I came here and made it my minor.
But the senior knows that she's not alone out there, and that it will take a whole team to get them to the next level.
Ali Cavallaro, she'll definitely be able to step up. She's been an amazing pitcher the past 2 years. And then Alyssa Borzan, she should be a graduate student next year.
And Alexis Law will come home after a stand-up single for Di Lorenzio into right field. Alexis Law passes third, goes home. Di Lorenzio chugging to third.
This season, the softball team will face Stockton on April 30th in their last doubleheader of the regular season. Last time they faced Stockton, they lost to them in the NJAC quarterfinals, so it's no surprise that Law has her sights set on that matchup.
Yes, definitely. We want to beat them this year, and we're going to do everything we can to try to get there.
Before that big game, you'll need to get past NJAC champions TCNJ on April 23rd, and runner-ups Rowan 2 weeks before that. The Redhawks haven't won the NJAC since 2013, so you can be sure Law and her entire team are eager to raise the trophy again.
Softball did not disappoint this week. We start with the doubleheader versus Centenary University. They won both games with ease. Game 1 was 8-0, ending after 6 innings due to the mercy rule. It was the big second inning of 5 runs that put the Redhawks on their way to the win. Sophomore Kayla Cosentino went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and with Ali Cavallaro striking out 7 in the shutout. Game 2 was more of the same. It took all 7 innings this time to get the W 9-2. Center fielder Annalisa Di Lorenzio had a day, going 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run, while catcher Chloe Saperstein went 2 for 2 with 2 runs. That's what we call batting 1,000. In Friday's doubleheader versus Hunter, the Redhawks continued their win streak. They won Game 1 8-0, this one ending after 5 innings due to the mercy rule. They had a big third inning, scoring 5 runs thanks to big hits from Jenna Maluso, Danielle Sibilio, and Alexis Law. Law went 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, and Ali Cavallaro had another dominant game, this time striking out 10 in the second shutout of the week. Game 2 ended in another win to close out the week. The team won 5-1 with the big game from shortstop Alyssa Borzan, going 3 for 4 and scoring 2 runs, while Kayla Cosentino went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sprague Field. Tonight we have an exciting game between the Montclair State Redhawks and the Misericordia Cougars.
This is a beautiful day for some lacrosse.
Spin move, shot, score! Shot under the legs, he scores! Shot here, Boyle, he scores! Pass down low, behind the back, score, Tyler McCreary! On cue, Matthew Holland scores.
That's exactly what Montclair State needs. They're only down 1 score.
And the first half comes to a close. Montclair State's defense holds. Udancic shot. He's got some space, trying to get in front. What a diving goal by Mike McCreary.
Cutting back into the lead. Montclair only down 1 now.
Shot and a goal for Mike McCreary.
And McCreary tying this one up late in the third.
Here's Boyle, gonna pass it down low. Got a shot off, and a goal for Joe Cavino, and that is number 100 for Christian Boyle, his 100th career point.
Christian Boyle, what more could you ask for? The 100th career point being an assist to Joe Cavino to take the lead.
Kill out these last 10 seconds, and the clock strikes 0, and Montclair State holds on. They knock off the 4-0 Cougars, 18-16 final.
Senior attackman Christian Boyle reached his 100th career point as a Red Hawk as part of an 18-16 victory last week over Misericordia. Boyle has been a standout for Montclair State since his freshman year, scoring 20 goals in 2019. He earned first-team All-CSAC honors in 2021, scoring 21 goals to go along with 9 assists. Heading into his 2022 season, he needed just 26 points to reach 100, and he went into the game on Wednesday needing just 4. In a close game against Misericordia, with 13:37 left in the second period, Boyle fed Joe Gavino for a score, crossing the century mark. A week full of achievements for Montclair State Athletics. What an incredible moment for Boyle and his team.
Here's what to watch for this week. It's a jam-packed day on March 23rd as softball and baseball play Drew University, with the former's game scheduled for 3 and 5 and the latter's at 3:30, while women's lacrosse hosts Farmingdale State College at 4. On March 25th and 26th, track and field heads down to Rowan University at the Oscar Moore Invitational. Also on March 26th, softball welcomes Keene State College for the doubleheader starting at 1. Baruch College comes to Montclair to swing the bats at 3. Women's lacrosse is off to Maryland to face Hood College, and the men also hit the road at Delaware Valley University in PA. Finally, on March 27th, softball takes on the College of Mount St. Vincent. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for your latest RHSN news.
Clearly, another full slate of Montclair State action coming at you this week. And as weather improves, try and get out there and support your fellow Redhawks.
As we saw in this episode, they are certain to provide some entertainment, and I can't wait to see what they'll follow up with this week.
Yeah, for now, though, we appreciate you tuning in to this week's episode of Inside the Nest. I'm Jack Bartek.
And I'm Kyle Forsini. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.